Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Very quick tutorial for you today on how to make tassels. And the reason why you might want to make tassels is for wall art and yeah, just for things that are a little bit different than crocheting or knitting or weaving. These are projects that you can do in a hurry or take your time. But if you have extra yarn, this is also a really cool way to use it. And you can make little bohemian tassels that look really cute, and you can hang them from little pieces of wood as well. So yeah, let's just get right to it. So obviously you're going to need some yarn. You can use whatever type of yarn you want, something that's going to go in your room. If you have something in particular, it doesn't matter about the weight or the thickness. I'm just using merino yarn here. This is stuff that I dyed. And you're going to need, if you have them, but if you don't, that's fine, just some beads, whatever colors you want to go with your project, and some scissors and a needle, one of these needles for yarn. And if you have cardboard or a card, you can use anything you want, just something that you can wrap the yarn around. So I'll show you how to do that. So I have four groups of yarn that I have wrapped around this card 15 times. So there's 15, a group of 15 here, a group of 15 here, and a group of 15 here. So we're going to need 4 of those. So I'm just going to show you. So I just wrap it around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now another trick is to not make it too tight, because you don't want your card or your cardboard to bend. You want it nice and straight and uniform, and that, because if you do it too tight on here, it's yarn naturally has some elasticity in it and it will bounce and it will be shorter than what you want. So always go a little bit loose. So you cut off the end there and then cut just like that and slide it off, and there you have, just about lost that one, you have your last group of 15. So this is how simple this is. So you take one end and point it east, and, or I guess one loop, and then turn the other one to face the other way, like that. And then what you're going to do is take your third one. So take the loop end and just tuck the ends of the other one through, just like that. Not too far in. So if you can see what I'm doing there. So just take the ends here and make a little sandwich. And then into this one, you stick these ends. I know it probably sounds confusing, but it's really not. So basically you have the loop on this end, a loop on this end, then you have a loop here, and then your final one, you just do the opposite way. So you take the loop here and you put these ends through that loop, and it's always good to have all your yarn or threads in on a flat surface. And then, you guessed it, you kind of grab the ends here and stick those through your final loop that you have here. Just like that. Now I'm just going to show you, so that's what it looks like, sort of. Now, we basically, it's very simple, very, very slowly start pulling and sliding your ends through like that. So you're making kind of, you'll see that it's kind of making a cross there. So you're pulling these very, very slowly. You don't pull too quickly, and make sure that you're grabbing the middle here and holding it together, pushing it along just like that. And once you get you can start feeling that it's getting kind of tight. Once you reach that point where you can't tighten it anymore, you should have something that looks like this. And make sure that it's as tight as you can get it, just like that. Okay. So that's what that should look like. Now, if you have any little ones that are kind of sticking out, you can find them and pull on them. So if you pull, the trick will be to open this up and pull like this, and you'll see, pull it very slowly as well. You'll see one of the pieces kind of coming up, moving upwards. So that's the one that you know that you can pull and it will tighten up. So same here. Oh, that's the wrong side. So I'll open up this side here. There we go. Pull that through. And this final one here, sticking out. Oh, there we go. So there we can make sure that all those are hidden nice and tight. Okay, so once we've done that, and it looks nice and neat, then you're going to, now this part is going to depend on how long you want your little tassel, your little boho tassel to be. So if you want it to hang on a piece of wood on your wall, then you're going to need to basically measure and make cut your yarn. You need another piece of yarn. This one I cut to about 70 centimeters, just to show you how to do it. But you can obviously make it as short or as long as you need to. So you basically just take your ends and put them through the needle, just like that. And then near the end of your yarn, you're just going to knot it. And just use whatever sort of knot type that works best for you. Doesn't matter how. So just knot your end like that, okay? And then you're going to go into the middle of your tassel with the needle, poke it through and pull your thread all the way through. So it's going to look like this, if you can see that. So it's and it's going to stay in place because of that knot that you have in here. And this knot is also going to be hidden by the tassel, all of these threads, so you don't have to worry too much about that. So now you can take your needle off, and then just, if you have beads, another option, this is something that I do because I sometimes use these in my hair. If you use beads or little stylish things for the ends of your hair, you can get these pretty much anywhere, either craft stores or anywhere that sells hair beads. Amazon will sell them. So these are good too for like if you're doing smaller tassels. So I'm just going to use these beads though, just to show you. So just however way you want to stick your beads in. If you want to use the needle, you can do that too, just to get them on, just like that. And so that's what it looks like so far. And then you're going to cut another piece of yarn, and I would cut this to about 50 centimeters. So just about a ruler and a half, if that works for you. And then fold it in half. Make sure that it's kind of equal, just like that. Now, what you do is you take the top here of your tassel, and you have your loop here that you just made. So use your thumb and hang on to it, and then start wrapping your string or yarn around, but don't, so keep your thumb sort of in the loop. That's kind of a trick. And then you can pull the string tight, or the yarn as tight as you can, and keep going, wrapping it around. You're creating a little knob at the top, and then once you have enough of that, you stick the ends through that loop, just like that, and then pull a little bit more. So you should have the loop just like, can you see that? Yeah, just like that. Okay, now you're not quite done. You want to make sure that it stays in place. So again, use your sewing needle here and go through, put your ends through the needle, just like that. And then stick your needle through. You can go right to the other end or the other side, just like that, and pull the yarn through. And that's going to make sure that it's nice and tight and it stays in place. And then you can just let this go and it will kind of fall into the rest of the it'll get lost in that which is what you want. And so then what you can do too, if this is uneven, is just pull on the bottom strings and threads and let the bob at the top kind of be as tight and uniform as possible, just like that. And then the final sort of thing to do is to, I usually do this over a piece of paper or cardboard, is just even out the ends of your tassel. Okay, so that is all there is to the making of your boho tassels. And if you want to hang them on pieces of wood or a bar or wire, all you do is you take the string that you used here, and another option that you can do is to put 3 strings through, or 3 pieces of yarn, and then braid them, which I have also done for other people. So it looks, it's a little bit, can you see that? Yeah, it's a little bit thicker. That's the braided one. But anyways, just options for you. So just kind of lay it over and then take the bottom end here and pull your tassel through. Just like this, and then pull it like that. So that creates a little knot there, and then you can hang, you can hang your tassel. Now, another thing too that is an option, if you want these to be a little bit fuzzier as well, and to give it some extra little fuzz or whatever, you can take a comb and brush out your yarn. And it might take a while to do that, but it just creates a different sort of look if you want a frayed look like that. But that's basically all there is to it, and you can use, again, whatever you want, threads or yarn or lace yarn, whatever. Yeah, so it's that simple. Just another option for you. You can make little bookmarks with this as well. So it's up to you. Have fun, enjoy, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.